Well, I have spent a fair bit of time recording voiceovers for the commercials that you see on TV and here on the radio. And the people who are in charge of hiring people like me are very, very, very careful and very particular about the accent that they are going to use to sell their product. About 10 years ago, I was very fortunate in that I was asked to front a national and international campaign on TV and radio for a, funnily enough, a cellular communication device company. Now, for those of you that may not be familiar, because unless you've been asked to do it, you mightn't be. When you record a voiceover, those few words that you hear at the end of an advert to help sell the product, as a voiceover artist, you go into a recording studio, not too far from here in Soho, usually, and you go into a room that's soundproofed with one window. And there's a little desk and a microphone and a piece of paper with some words written on it. And through that window, it's a bit like a zoo, really, but through that window is sometimes up to about 20 people. You don't get introduced to these people. There's a sound engineer who's often closest to you. There are producers and marketing directors, clients from the advertising company, the director of the advert that's been made, the producer of the advert that's been made, different people from the client, up to 20 people. You don't have any idea who they are. But what you do know is that for the last 6 months to possibly a year, they have, how many words are there in the English language?
Well, at least 1 million.
About 1 million words. They have whittled down from 1 million words in the English language the 4 words that are now on the piece of paper in front of you. Let's say those 4 words are, say hello to tomorrow. These marketing people and advertising people and business people and directors and so on and so forth are very, very talented and very, very wise. But they tend not to have any or little to no capacity at being able to direct someone like me, an actor. What will often happen is I will sit down and I'll read these 4 words. I won't have seen them before, and I will wave to the people, but I won't necessarily be able to hear them because the sound engineer, hi Ben, how you doing, has got a button, and when he takes... Okay, well, we're ready to go. Take 1. Say hello to tomorrow. Okay, that's great. Yeah, no, they really liked it. Okay, yeah, hi, Ben, is it Bill? Ben, great, yeah, hi, hello, doesn't tell me who he is. Yeah, we really like that. Could you do it again? And could you forget that it's raining outside? Nice little bit of passive aggressivity in the morning. And would you mind saying it again with the color blue? Yeah, sure, no problem. That's fine. Okay, take 2. I have 2 options. 1, work out what on earth he means by the color blue. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't mean more depressed. I got that from the rain comment. Thereby, he actually means the color blue. Have you ever tried to invest a word with the color blue?
Try it out on your students sometime.
I think of the color blue. And you know what happens to me when I think of the color blue personally? Because actors are asked to invest color in words all the time. I ask my actors to do that. And what that means usually for me is to make the word majesty sound like the word majesty. and the word dustbin to sound like the word dustbin, to give the word its color. He didn't mean that, he meant blue. And I thought of the color blue, and when I think of the color blue, I think of my home, and the home where Mum and Dad raised me, which is North Wales. And when I do that, I naturally start slipping into my North Welsh accent, because for some reason it just feels blue to me. And I find myself, without really thinking about it, and I say hello to tomorrow. Okay, that's great. And I think to myself, I'm fired. Yeah, really, is that okay? Yeah, that's great, we've got everything we need. I'm fired. And you know what? I was. But not because I'd done anything wrong. When I was finishing up the work with this company, I had, subconsciously, I suppose, in that session, slipped from received pronunciation, the accent that, as I said, I was taught to speak in a lot as an actor, and I'd slipped into my natural North Wales accent. And around the same time, people who live in this country, you may have perceived this yourselves, there was a tidal change in that received pronunciation, this accent that for so long had been the bastion of all sounds of adverts, was put to the side, and suddenly regional accents, you'd hear more Yorkshire, you'd hear more Welsh, you'd hear more Irish, was suddenly coming onto the TV. And so instead of getting an actor who they thought was putting on an accent, they replaced me, admittedly with someone slightly famous, but that slightly famous person had a regional accent.